All right, joining us now, we have former world number 4, U.S. Open champion in 2019, beating Serena Williams, and let's not forget BNP Paribas Open champ also in 2019 at 18 years old, beating Angie Kerber in the final. Bianca Andreescu, B, great to have you.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we just finished the draw out here, and I know you're superstitious in not knowing, but luckily we're not blowing the news. Somebody else
did.
Kind of blew it for you.
You should thank them.
Are you excited at what have you been told? Because I don't want to spill any more beans out here.
No, for sure I am. I know that my potential second round is Coco, right? We're all on the same page?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, she's been showing some great tennis. She's had an incredible career so far. And it'll just be interesting to see how my level right now with what I'm, implementing and what I'm working on can, show face against somebody like that. I mean, she's top 5. Right?
Correct.
Yes,
Five?
yes.
Come on.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting.
So you don't
I'm very
study the
excited.
rankings. Okay.
I try not to look at that. Again, it's like with the racket, like we talked about there. I just get too caught up. I'm an overthinker. Let's put it that way.
Bianca, just going back to that, where are you at with your game? Obviously, we saw you last year. You had that horrendous injury on the court against Krejcikova with the ankle. You've had numerous injuries in the last couple of years. How do you feel physically? How do you feel about your tennis? Mm-hmm. Are you optimistic? We chatted out there about you've changed your racket. Do you have a different approach to your tennis this year in 2026?
Definitely. I'm trying to, I guess, reclaim that dangerous, fearless Bianca that can really stand a chance against anyone. And I think I'm getting there. I haven't played against, let's say, a top 10 player just yet. So hopefully, now I can play against Coco in the second round. But I just feel that before I was focusing too much on, trying to go back to 2019, so living in the past. And now, again, I told you this before, but it's like recreating the new Bianca, what is it, 7.0 in 2026. And I feel really good. I have great people around me, and I definitely want to get away from the notion of, Bianca is injured, she's having another comeback. I think it's slowly getting there.
I'm curious, you started the year not at the Aussie Open, playing a 75 and a 35. What was that? And you got a couple of wins. Mm-hmm. What was it like to taste a win again? And what was it like to play in those smaller tournaments? I saw you in some very warm clothes. It didn't look like normal warm conditions in Florida.
No, it was during the time where it was like below 0. It was crazy. I think during that final, it was -3. So I definitely had to. Gosh. It's okay. I'm Canadian. I guess I'm used to it.
-3 is like a warm day.
No, that is like, that's summer for us, basically. But I mean, going back to those levels, was a decision, obviously, that wasn't easy, right? In a way, I guess I'm going the Agassi route, but I mean, the level there is very, very difficult. Those girls are incredible athletes, no matter what. They're obviously trying to get out of those tournaments too, and they obviously want to play WTA events. But I think what's amazing is I finally got some match rhythm, which I haven't over the last few years. I got as many matches as I did in those 3 weeks, like all of last year, basically. So it's kind of crazy. And I feel like, I'm testing the physicality aspect of it, and I'm feeling strong and healthy. So that's important, especially after playing so many matches.
No, those are always great
like
things.
DeAndre mentioned, I was with him at Burbank in Vegas.
Oh my gosh, you went the hard
I was there too, Brad.
No,
I was watching you. It looked easy coaching, Andre. I'm not going to lie. He looked like he was hitting the ball flush out of the middle every time. I was saying, I could do that.
Out of qualities by the time you were watching him? Did you have to buy a ticket?
Coco, ask Bianca the next question.
Okay. I loved what you said about finding that fearlessness and finding that kind of joyful, youthful passion. What are kind of the steps that you've taken to try and find that now you're the more mature but still fearless passion? Have you gone and kind of seen a sports psychologist? Or are you just kind of, I'm enjoying this step by step?
No, I've done it all. I've seen this person, that person. I've been kind of on like a journey in that route, I guess, to try to figure out what works for me. I don't know if I figured that out yet, but I mean, life is obviously a process every single day, and you just try to learn as you go along. But I do talk to a psychologist, and I also have like a spiritual guide per se. I've been going that route quite a lot. I've been going to a bunch of retreats, and it's just helped me step away from the madness that this sport kind of, like the environment is tough. We know this. So stepping away from that and just, I guess, learning more about myself has definitely helped me, step away from that. And every time I do step on the court, I have a new sort of like hunger and perspective. Because at the end of the day, obviously, tennis is great, but it's how you act, how you are as a person, what are your values, and I try to stick by that. And if I win, I win, and if I don't, at least, I put my best foot forward. That's kind of how easier said than done, obviously.
Yeah, you're 100%. Like, it is easier said than done. I mean, you're living not a parallel life, but a pretty similar life to sort of Emma Raducanu in terms of, achieving something that 99.9% of tennis players don't achieve, and that's winning a major. And then you're kind of benchmarked for the rest of your career by others, but more importantly, I think, by yourself, because your own expectations are probably even harder to handle than the social media avalanche that comes, which is never pleasant, don't get me wrong. But I would imagine that for you, as you said earlier today, you go back and watch 2019, you're trying to recreate that environment, that kind of time with tennis. But tennis has obviously moved on. It's a different ball. It's a different court. It's not the same sport as it was back in 2019. So that must be tough for you on a day-to-day basis to benchmark yourself against somebody that you were 7 years ago.
Definitely. In a way, it feels kind of like another lifetime. But of course, like, I have, my expectations and I guess the pressure I put on myself, but a lot of the times it's the same than what everybody else, I guess, expects from me. So it's like a double whammy in a way, because, people have said, she's a one-hit wonder and whatnot, but, I've had those thoughts myself. So that's why it hurts. Like, it stings just a little bit more. But yeah, social media is obviously good and bad, just like everything in life. But I try to stay away from looking at comments and requests. I get them all the time. Shall I go through them? Just so people know. No, I don't want to. No.
Segment.
Yeah, right.
I'm curious about what your thoughts are of another young Canadian making her mark at a similar age as you, Mboko, and how was that inspiring you?
Yeah, she's great. Obviously, she's an incredible tennis player, and she's achieved so much already, but she's just such a great person. She's very warm and welcoming. She says hi to everybody, and I played doubles with her in Tokyo, I believe. And it was great. Her serve is amazing. I was able to, easily punch my volleys. But no, she's great. She has that fearless mentality, great serve, hard hitter. She takes the ball super early. I mean, she can dominate for many, many years.
Well, we know that a lot of the players come to these events with the family. I know you traveled with your parents for a long time, and your dog also, my namesake as well.
Not after you,
You
Coco.
inspired me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Coco
taking,
Chanel.
No, seriously, my mom's obsessed with designer brands, and that was one inspiration.
Who's all here? Is a puppy here with you?
She is.
Okay.
She is. We got an Airbnb, which is nice because I do love cooking. So whenever I do get the chance to have a house, I like to, I guess, experiment in the kitchen. It's something to take my mind away from things. And yeah, Coco always just changes the energy. She keeps me mellow. Whenever I look at her, everything.
What's the go-to dish for Chef Bibi?
I love making chicken teriyaki.
Oh.
I love making shepherd's pie.
Oh, there
That's
we
a little
go.
heavy. That's a little heavy.
It's
good. I know. It's good though.
That's good. Yeah.
You get your veggies, you get your carbs, you got everything. And my mom's been making these incredible pancakes off of TikTok. Gluten-free, dairy-free, all of the above, and they're amazing.
Oh, send them to my wife.
Yeah.
Tell her that you said they're so healthy.
Oh my gosh!
I'll tell you one thing I did see, I think in an interview, that the type of ice cream you like It's called birthday cake.
Yeah.
What is
Who
that?
doesn't like birthday cake flavor?
Yeah, but
It's
isn't
like
it different
like a
birthday
rainbow,
cakes? Do you
like-
have just
Yeah.
one
Rainbow.
flavor for birthday cake in America
I love-
or Canada?
I love vanilla, but birthday
Yeah.
cake is like vanilla on steroids.
Okay.
I just
Gotta go
it's-
find
you know
it.
what I'm talking.
Yes,
It's
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll try it together. I
I'm
want to
keen.
see
I'll
a
have your
reaction.
shepherd's pie, and then you can bring out
Beautiful.
the birthday cake. All right, Bianca, I want to just take you back a little bit. When you look at yourself after you'd won the US Open, I don't want you to throw anyone under the bus, and I don't want to sort of, but what do you think you could give an advice to yourself who was in 2019? What maybe couple of things would you have done differently at that stage?
Where do I start?
At the beginning.
Frick.
It's always the best
but
place.
I don't know. Like obviously, I can say so much, but I feel like people, I guess, don't appreciate that advice until they've experienced something similar. So, in a way, yeah, I don't know. Maybe enjoy it more and savor it more. I guess things just went by so fast. I didn't have time to really process everything and take it all in. Because, yeah, you never know if it'll ever happen again. But, like, when you have success at such a young age, I guess you think this is your norm. And, yeah, it wasn't. But let's make it the norm
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there you
Come
go.
on.
You can never hate on that. But I want to talk about this tournament specifically because I always love coming here. I grew up in San Diego, which is not too far of a drive, and it is such a good home court advantage for a lot of the Canadian players. What are some of your favorite memories? Obviously, I know winning, but maybe take us through some of your favorite memories in the earlier rounds before you were holding that trophy of what you got to experience because you were so fresh. I think you were a wild card that year. So
Yeah.
kind of tell us like what was so exciting about it.
Yeah, I mean, just being here and being around all the top players I was just starstruck every second. That was definitely one thing that I was like, okay, I can get used to this. I remember telling myself, but it was shocking. I guess my coach at the time, Sylvain, he obviously had a lot of confidence in me, but every time we had those on-court changeover moments, I don't know, those just go, I absolutely, I guess, just appreciate, because in that moment, obviously, I'm like stressing out, but he's probably freaking out times a million. But he helped me a lot through that tournament, and obviously throughout the whole year. And then I would say towards the end, it was having In-N-Out for the first time after the tournament. Every day, I was like, okay, one step closer to getting In-N-Out, and it was amazing.
Bibi, I want to ask one final question for you, and I think this holds near and dear to my heart. Having the success you had, does tennis still mean the same thing? Because you're on such a journey, and it's so amazing to hear that you've taken so many different avenues. Does tennis still have that enjoyment that it once did for that young 18-year-old as it does now?
I don't think it'll ever be the same. What I'm trying to do is trying to like figure out how I can still be in a way that innocent, fearless 18-year-old per se, but with this new mentality. And again, it comes from the pressure and the expectation. So in a way, I'm going into it like, okay, so what if you win or lose? Just give 100% and whatever happens, happens. But I think the main thing that's really, really helped me find that innocence, I guess, and fearlessness is my coach, Dushan, right now. He's really helping me just relax. Like, it's not that big of a deal, at the end of the day, right? And I think that's been like one of the biggest things. I mean, I can talk about this forever, but we'll stick with that.
We would love for you to talk about it forever.
Good luck here.
Have me on again.
I would love
would.
a wild card when you want it, a wild card now, and we hope you have a great run in this tournament, and also importantly, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thanks for
That's
coming,
the key.
Bianca.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.